What is hydrogen sulfide? First things first, hydrogen sulfide, or H2S as it's usually referred to, is a toxic flammable gas that smells sulfurous, like rotten eggs, at low levels. But here's the kicker. You cannot rely on your nose. At high concentrations, it knocks out your sense of smell, and before you know it, you could be unconscious. So, where does it come from? H2S is a byproduct of decaying organic matter, and it's also present in certain industrial processes. It's found in swamps, in deep underground oil and gas deposits, in manure pits and composting vats, in sewers. Basically, if something is rotting in a low-oxygen environment, chances are, H2S is lurking. Now, obviously, you want to know, how can it hurt you? Simple. It shuts down your body's ability to use oxygen. A small amount can irritate your eyes and throat. Higher levels? You'll get dizzy, confused, and possibly collapse. And at extreme levels, over 500 parts per million? It can kill you in seconds. That's why monitoring the air is critical. If you work in these industries, pay attention. Oil and gas operations, wastewater treatment, sewers and similar underground utilities, agriculture, including feedlots, dairies, and grain storage operations, sanitary landfills, underground mining, especially coal, and petrochemical plants and refineries. These are all hot spots for H2S exposure. And if you work in confined spaces or excavations anywhere near these operations where gas can build up, you need to be especially cautious, because H2S is heavier than air and collects in these enclosed areas. Because H2S is so dangerous, there are strict safety regulations in place. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, requires all workers with potential exposure to hydrogen sulfide to follow critical safety precautions. That means using H2S gas detection equipment, having access to emergency respiratory protection like SCBA respirators, and following standard emergency procedures. But most importantly, OSHA requires training before you start to work at a job with H2S exposure, and a refresher every year afterwards. So don't even think about showing up to work at many places where H2S exposure is common, because they probably won't even let you step foot on their property without an up-to-date H2S training certification. Fortunately, we offer 2 H2S training courses. The first is an initial H2S Awareness Training certification course for individuals who've not previously been trained on the subject, and the second is an annual refresher training certification course to help keep workers up to date and motivated to stay safe. These courses are 100% online and on demand, which means you can train from any device, whenever it's convenient. Once you finish, you can download and print your H2S training certification immediately, or log in later from any computer to download or print a copy of your certificate. Don't put it off any longer, get trained today. Because H2S doesn't give second chances. Know where it's found, respect its dangers, and always be prepared. Because safety isn't just about knowing the risks, it's about acting on them. Visit www.oshatraining.com/online-training right now to register you or your employees for an online H2S training course.